Hello, my name's Karina Thompson and welcome to another episode in the series Mastering the Basics of mySewnet embroidery software. If you're a subscriber or own a copy of mySewnet, why not subscribe to our channel, and that way you won't miss out on any of our episodes. In this film, I'm going to be showing you the difference between opening and inserting an embroidery design within the mySewnet embroidery software. I'm on a PC in the platinum level of the software, but everything I show you in this episode you will be able to do in any versions of the paid-for software. The principles of opening and inserting using mySewnet on a Mac are the same as those featured here. I also want to point out that when I'm mentioning mySewnet folders, I'm talking about the mySewnet folders stored in the Documents section of my computer that I'm currently on, not any folders on the mySewnet cloud. So, this is a design that I've created from scratch by using the Encore feature. Now I know that I've created it from scratch because up here on the title bar it says Untitled. If it was an existing embroidery design that I'd opened, the name would be up here. So what I want to do is I want to put another embroidery design into the center here. So let's talk about the difference between opening and inserting. So to do either of those, I would go File, and here are my two choices, Open and Insert. And to start off with, I'm going to click on Open. So a dialog box opens. Now what I actually want to do is I'm just going to go up to mySewnet. So I'm going to use one of the samples that are part of the free bundle that you can download on the download page of mySewnet.com. So they automatically get put into the samples part of mySewnet. So I am going to click on samples, open them up, and I know that the design I want is in embroidery, in stitch, and then if I scroll down it is here, it is this single iris. And so I'm going to click open. Now at this point it is saying, do you want to save the changes to Untitled? So if I was to basically proceed at this point, when you open an embroidery design, it's like almost that you're getting a completely clean sheet of paper to work upon. Any existing designs that you have will essentially be wiped off. Yes, you can save them, but that is one of the main differences. Now I don't want to do that. I want to keep that little ring of the little pansies that I've got there that I've created. So in this case I'm going to cancel that and I'm going to go back to File, and this time I'm going to click Insert. The software has remembered the last file that I've had open. So again I'm just going to scroll down here and there's my single iris. And now, on a cautionary note, you might have noticed that the word open is here and the word is open there. Now this is to do with Microsoft Windows operating system. So don't worry, as long as you know you have clicked on the insert button, it will insert. And also, if you have accidentally clicked on open, you will get the dialog box to do with, do you want to save Untitled? So I'm going to click on the open button and there it is. It has inserted the design into my existing Untitled design. So let's talk a moment about actually what happens when you do open a design. So I'm just going to go, I've got essentially an empty hoop here from earlier, and I am going to go File, and this time I'm going to click Open, and in actual fact I'm going to go with this open project here, my camper van. So this is a VP4. You can see it's a VP4 because I've got different stages on my film strip over here. And for instance, if I wanted to, I could edit the lettering because it's a VP4. You might find it useful to take a moment and also watch another film in the series about the differences between save as, exporting and file formats, where I'll talk a little bit more about the file formats. But for instance, in this case, because it's a VP4, I can change some of the features in here. And if I click OK, you can see I've made a change to the text. An important thing to remember is if you've opened your embroidery design rather than inserted, if I then click save at this point, I will save these changes. I will affect that original document, the original embroidery design I opened up. So just be careful that when you open up a design rather than insert it, you don't accidentally or deliberately make changes if that embroidery design that you've opened up is almost like a master version. Be aware, if you open up your embroidery design, you can accidentally change it. So, the golden rules of opening and inserting embroidery designs. I would say always use insert. And up here, there's a shortcut. If I click on this, that will open up the insert window for me. I'm just going to cancel that up. So straight away, I would say use the shortcut up here rather than going file and then insert. It's much quicker. And the second one is only use the open feature if you're editing or developing an existing design and you know that you're going to change it in some way. Don't forget to use the like button if you found this a useful film. And remember, if you subscribe to our channel, we're going to help you master the basics of mySewnet embroidery. Happy sewing!